if you allow it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Since I'm falling with the horse,
Mhm.
and the horse is a horse
Of course,
of riding capacity, can I use my reaction to jump, since I'm mid-falling, jump off the horse onto the carpet, but using physics, since I'm jumping and using force to jump off the horse, it would now accelerate the horse towards the mirror and maybe cause a crack or shatter?
Roll an acrobatics check to make the jump.
Oh fuck. I'm in danger.
Can I make a dexterity check to catch her, please?
Use your reaction and make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Sorry, mate. It's fate.
Unless you have expertise or anything in art.
Okay, that's, you know, that's...
Not even Madorn can penetrate the default.
Wait, does Evil Gang have one more inspiration?
I'm checking for Evil Gang inspiration. Please stand by.
Quan, what, used 2?
I have 1 left.
Okay.
I have 1 left for Quan. So I'm going to count this for Evil Gang. Go ahead and roll that again.
All right. Also, let's change the name to Alex. Just, you know, just for. Wait, no way. What?
It was meant to be, Alexander.
Huh?
Evil Gang is not there. Shit.
It just really be like that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Holy fuck.
Okay, so Leg Day impersonates the boyfriend. Is that why they broke up?
Oh my god.
I'm thinking this is afterwards. Oh my
God.
Oh. I'm just putting it on the table. You don't have to go with it. I'm just putting it on the table.
I don't know if that would end up in being friends as much as being
That's gonna derail the crap out of this game.
But is it though? Well, you know,
we're gonna turn absolute power into a dating sim.
You turn into a girl and bait him into doing something. So we end up bonding.
A loyalty test.
You loyalty test the ex-boyfriend.
Wait, what if I, like, you know how they do this on TikTok?
Yeah, they set it up. And you guys are like in on it. And
oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
As you yeet that rock with that alien on it, I don't want to die! As he, like Krillin and DBZ just explodes.
Another little glowy worm crawls out. Timothy!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unbeknownst to you, you've killed the mayor of the Worms town. He had brought peace and prosperity to his new empire, but now their society cast adrift on an asteroid, leaderless, falls into chaos once again, and decays from within. And
look, sometimes I don't know my own strength. I'm sorry.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
What an excellent time to use a Raidspiration.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and knock that one off immediately.
Oh, we're starting strong, boys and girls.
Oh, now you get the double ones. It's not me anymore.
What am I, Alex?
Do you have any more nonsense in your bag of tricks?
Yeah, I do have 2 extra.
I just want to test. Yeah, it's a you problem.
Okay, here's my lucky die. That one's better. It's a skill issue. What can I say?
Skill issue.
Not monetizing the video, everybody. We've got down this.
We might as well get it over with.
Yeah, just get all. It has to all be in this VOD.
All out now.
Noted that.
The violence, the scooty pooping, get it over with.
Oh shit, that too?
Oh
yeah,
no, wait until after. Wait until you graduate. I lied.
But Dad.
Dad, you can't date until you're 25, young lady. For seekers, and magic dampens sound in these quarters, quieting boisterous visitors and heavy snoring.
And other things. I mean,
and other
we're all
things.
thinking it.
Are we though? Are
mean-
we?
These cheeks don't clap themselves. Just saying.
Colonel,
I've been feeling
I'm trying to sneak
right,
around,
baby.
but I'm stomach thick. Clapping my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards. All right. So do you guys just want to spend the night and then get breakfast and do this thing?
Please,
Yeah,
God,
let's go.
yes.
Yeah.
Release me from this hell.
18 seconds. Is that how long it'll take before those hellhounds come?
I don't know, probably. They're very fast.
Right. They can smell me.
Time's ticking.
Okay, I'll wait 18 seconds before I go back to the ethereal plane.
Okay.
And I go to the astral plane.
Oh, man. Oh, there's jack shit this creature can do about that. Okay. Whoosh. You fade from reality, surrounded by the silver mists.
Creatures of flesh, now you shall hear the words of the emissary of the Maelstrom. Are you the one who has polluted this holy place with the machines and their wretched city?
No, but I just came back from destroying a machine city, and I think we want the same thing. I also hate pollution.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
+5 respect
15.
for Eco Warrior faction.
I'm Green Party, man. I'm Green Party.
Save the turtles, bro.
Save the turtle.
All right, champions, round number 3. Fight.
I would like to cast Fuck This at 3rd level.
You could certainly try.
I'll cast an invisibility at 2nd level.
What's the appropriate name for it? Fuck this, I'm out. We're renaming invisibility.
Small girls, just checking.
No, grown men can lift the sword, Garnet.
Well,
Would you like
I
to
could
try?
eat a soul. I could eat a soul like a snack.
But I'm more thinking practical terms about swinging this fucking massive sword.
Well, what if
And
it turns him
honestly,
evil?
I'm sorry, but
Evil
your
Chad?
arms are small and noodly.
Much. My arms are not noodly.
Macha comes walking
Why does
back
two
from the meeting. He's like, what did I just walk in on?
Oh, Macho isn't here. Oh, but then-
Yeah, you open the door. The sword is just like covered with evil runes on the floor on a plate, and you just see Garnet going.
My arms are noodly, right?
Do you
Right,
think
yo.
you can lift that, Zweihander?
Yeah, you try it.
Your arms aren't noodly, but that thing is pretty big.
And evil.
And apparently evil. What is that?
Mechanical features of a barbarian, which basically means that once per day you can go into a rage, which increases your physical combat prowess.
Once? Only one time?
Mechanically speaking.
Okay.
Twice. No, it's twice per day. Twice per day, you can take your
Okay.
normal baseline rage and make it a actually mechanically useful rage. It increases your prowess in hand-to-hand combat, makes you resistant to damage. It doesn't make you better at shooting things. It makes you better at physically beating the crap out of people.
It doesn't make me better shooting things.
Nope.
Son of a
Nope.
bitch! I'm going into a rage.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so there's no monsters, and you have now entered a rage. You may do one more rage today. If you stop attacking or taking damage, your rage will end.
I'm gonna jerk off.
Welcome back for the 154th time to Book of Dawn Ioth Academy. I'm Tormented by Gnomes, the Dungeon Master, and I'm joined today by Crowan, Leg Day, and Lemon Kiwi. Crowan, what's up? How you be?
I just woke up from a nap, so I'm still booting up. That's how I be. Yippee.
Relatable. Legs, what about you?
I'm switched on tonight. I've been playing out of my mind in Marvel Rivals, got to new heights, new ranks. It's been good. I'm ready to.
You're a Celestial
whiz it
now, right?
again. Yeah, I am a Celestial. Athalor and I both at some point, I guess.
Levin, what's going on in your world?
Well, I'm not celestial, but I ate a Pop-Tart and
Dub.
If you think
That's
about it,
it.
it's the same thing.
Gratitude.
Ascended in different ways.
They're both transcendent. All right. When we last left our young heroes, 3 students in their 6th year at the greatest institute of magical learning in the 4 kingdoms of Anakra, they found themselves in the frozen, wind-swept wastes of the great northern wilds. Here, they invoked the spirit of Boreas, the north wind, a god they themselves had destroyed, challenging the spirits of the air and the spirits of the north to drive them to violence, with the purpose of capturing and binding a wrathful wind in a ritual that will eventually reconstitute the power of the very god that they had slain, healing the world and restoring the natural balance. Elemental after elemental emerged to challenge them, and our heroes met each wave one by one, joined, of course, by the great mages of the Academy's faculty. Then, as they had overcome the last wave of enemies and were ready to begin the binding ritual on one of the banished elementals, Garnet looked out into the wilds and saw that they were being watched. Ice stalkers, devils sent as scouts and assassins, lurk around the ice in the storm all around them. What do you do?
I just told the party that kind of whispering to them with my back to the stalkers that we're being watched, and I'm kind of quietly gesturing to them, and I guess more looking at the sage or whoever is the leader here. I don't know if it's Untamaler or Sage or who's leading
that's a
the
good
expedition.
Trying to stealth, right?
Correct.
Athel looks over to the sage, calls out, "Set up the lantern quickly."
All right. And Mason, is there anything that you want to do as a swift reaction to what's happening?
Just try to not like make it too obvious, but just like watch them and watch for if anything else is out there, but no immediate like setup or reactions.
Okay. Athalor calls out in the frozen wastes. Do the ice stalkers hear him? No. We're off to a grand start here.
I'm like 10 feet from the stage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big snowstorm.
There are 3 of them that have a chance to hear before the sage takes her turn. Hold on. What music is this? Yeah, this isn't doing it. Let's see. North Road. All right. 7 and 11. They remain.
Can I roll a performance check to as to like vocal control?
Well, I'm going to say you've already succeeded here.
Okay.
Yeah, because
that's fair.
It's still windy, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's going to work in your advantage. Garnet, your demon is not yet unsummoned or beaten to death. Are you still concentrating on that spell that binds the demon?
Do I have a sense of how many how many of these stalkers? Like, am I fully aware of the full
8.
scale?
I think you got like a crit when you made your perception check last time. So you are fully aware of the position of all 8 ice stalkers.
Okay. This is my ape's turn. I am gonna choose to control him. In terms of movement, though, I need to just double check what he has.
He's a quick boy, isn't he?
30 speed and 30 climb. Oh, wait.
Just remember, go ahead.
So it's not like he moves 30, then can climb 30, right? It's like either or.
Correct. Okay. And you can split the difference, but keep in mind, he's on the ice. If he moves more than half speed, he will have to make an acrobatics check to avoid slipping and falling.
Oh, God.
Does he have a leap? Is this one with a leap?
No, this is not the abductor. That's the Barlgura abductor.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate rules. Can I just jump to avoid terrain?
I'm gonna have to look up the
What are
jump
jumping rules?
distance in 5e. All right, give me a sec. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet immediately before the jump. When you make a standing high jump, you jump only half that distance. So, jump. That's height. Jumping.
He has a +5 strength, so he can giddy up for sure.
Okay, then he can jump up to, your strength score. If he runs...
I kind of want a dash jump, or I don't know what.
Okay, if he dashes, he's going to have to make that check. That's the thing. If he's taking a running jump, he has to make that check. So, leg day has disappeared. We'll get him back in a moment. He can go 9 feet. He can jump 9 feet.
If I just dash, then I can just attempt.
But you'll have to make you'll have to make a acrobatics check to avoid slipping and falling on your ass.
This is acrobatics. Oh, that's a strength thing, isn't it?
It's dex.
Or
Dex.
Oh, that's probably fine.
It's decent. It's decent. A +4.
Is that enough?
The DC's only 10.
Okay, thank God. Okay. Woo.
Let's go.
I'd like for him to dash and get to this point. I don't know what the height is of this little mountain, though.
With his climb speed, he ignores it.
Okay, so I'm gonna just linger. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Like this, I guess?
Yeah. Make an acrobatics check.
Oh, I thought that's what the dex was.
Oh, you already made it. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't see it. Derp on me.
Whew.
You're good. Go ahead and use your reaction and take the psychic damage. Unless you're resistant with the mask, not immune.
Yeah. So 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his turn.
Okay.
T poses.
Asserting dominance. The sage, still concentrating on the banishing spell that is binding one of these elementals into the in-between space. With her other hand, sets down the silver lantern glowing with moonlight. And when she sets it upon the ground, its light flares out, spreading in all directions, glimmering off the ice, and creating a protective barrier. Fiends cannot approach within 30 feet of it. For the time being, I'm just going to give her a visible aura, because that's faster. If I did more homework, I could have a little icon that I dragged that would have a pre-made aura.
Oh.
But I did not.
Aura farming.
Aura farming. And we'll do this, and we'll make it visible to players, and bam.
So this aura protects us from what again?
Everybody inside the aura is under the effects of a protection from good and evil spell, meaning that otherworldly beings have disadvantage to attack you. You cannot be charmed by them or frightened by them or possessed by them. You have resistance to psychic damage. And fiends are bound by a forbiddance spell, which means I'm seeing if they can even try to enter. Oh, if they enter that area or stay there, they take 5d10 radiant damage every turn. So
Not
if
too
they
bad.
if they walk in that zone, they're going to cook. Kotka sees the threat and sees the demons leaping forward and moves to the front carefully 15 feet and then sees that they're all made of ice, and he swears in primordial, frustrated. The raven on his shoulder, Kelvius, caws out in laughter. Two of the ice stalkers now leap into action. They are perfectly adapted for ice and snowy weather, meaning that they don't have any of the same penalties. And as a reminder of what they look like, here you go.
Weak biceps.
Do they even lift? With a snarl, they leap forward, springing towards your demon, slashing it with its claws, striking at it with its tail. Both of them glance off the blood-stained hide of the demon. Across the way, the other ice stalkers, seeing this reaction, realize that the jig is up, and they leap into action, springing forward at an astonishing rate, running on all fours across the ice, completely uninhibited, and leaping, dashing towards Athalor. But immediately upon entering the light, that radiant, pearly moonlight of Raelta suddenly appears all around the devil, burning it, and it shrieks out in this shrill, windy tone. And immediately pulls back. It doesn't even it gets like here, and then it just nopes out of it. Nellorin, okay, these are not the vibes. Let's do this.
And then a bard comes forward and begins playing.
I just got the music working, and I haven't sorted all of my playlists yet, so it's going to be a little bit. We're going to have to do some vibe checks from time to time. Speaking of vibe checks,
20% too loud at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can turn it down. I've got sliders on sliders. How's that?
That's better, thank you.
Hmm. Yeah. Keep me posted. It's new.
It's new.
All right. Nellorin will grant bardic inspiration to Athalor.
Ooh, okay, me.
And she will carefully move here and fling a firebolt at the offender. Oh no, she doesn't have that. She has Flame's Kiss. Then yeah, she's going to hold her ground for the time being. Athalor, what would you like to do? There are 6 of these things, and they cannot enter this area without burning. And there's no limit on this. The lantern can stay deployed indefinitely.
Athel looks over to Antamola. How long do we need to do this high magic or whatever you're doing?
Wow, where's my shortcut? There it is.
But a minute.
Then we should do it fast, because while this will keep those out, it's also going to be a beacon to anything else that lives out here.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you want to do on your turn, Athalor?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to use my bend space feature on this guy who tried to attack me.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and pull him back in.
It's a wisdom save, right?
Yes, against
You call-
DC 18.
Oh no. The devils have magic resistance. Let's see if they are wise. Rejected.
Fair enough. That's my action. That burns a sorcery point. Athalor also points out to anyone who's taken damage to enter Mason's circle.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on the Sage, so people can't attempt to break her concentration with my burnish action.
Okay.
And that's my free cast per day of that.
Untermaler stops concentrating on the spell banishing this wild tempest, and immediately afterwards strikes his staff on the ground and seals it inside of a wall of force. The good old classic Dome of Doom, dropping all around it. He's now concentrating on that spell instead. Now that it's back in the mortal world, the binding ritual can begin, and the sage will start reading aloud from the scroll. Down below, the ice stalkers continue to shriek and attempt to shred their closest target. Striking at it for 13 slashing damage, and as it does so, the demon's diseased ichor sprays out towards the devil. The question is, yes, the devil is immune to poison, but not to disease.
Gonna decimate the ice stalker population.
It resists this time. It manages to slash it with its magical talons for 13 damage. Its tail slap merely angers the raging demon. Sig moves to body block for the sage, who's now protected both by the head of warden, a flesh golem wizard, and Athalor's sanctuary spell, and the power of the lantern. Mason, what do you do?
Untermaler is concentrating on the wall of force.
Correct.
I guess following Athalor's lead, pull out a scroll of sanctuary and cast that on Untermaler, bonus action.
Nice.
And then step forward and firebolt the one that walked into the circle.
Take the shot.
All right.
The fire strikes the ice stalker, but this is not a being made of ice. This is a devil forged in hellfire, and it washes harmlessly over it. Does your thing turn immunity to resistance, or does it only negate resistance?
Let's see.
Your elemental adept power.
Ignore resistance.
Okay. It is immune to fire.
Okay. Good to know. Well, kind of upon noticing that on impact it does nothing, calls out, these things fire doesn't work on them, it looks like.
Oh, good news, Conker. Maybe you will be more useful.
I almost forgot. They have sneak attack. So when that one hit your demon, it took an additional 6 points of damage, which I'll go ahead and inflict right now.
Sweet.
Oh,
right.
Sneak damage.
Let's see. Vibe check. Warzone. Yeah, Warzone sounds good. All right.
Where are we dropping, boys?
The remaining ice stalkers continue to do a nice job of taking care of your demon for you. Saves you the trouble if they can actually be asked to succeed at this. Seeing this field, the ice stalkers hold their position and let out a chilling, keening cry.
We only got like a millisecond of that, so it sounded more like a chick in a net.
I was trying to spare everybody, but Garnet, what would you like to do on your turn?
Me? I'm gonna drop concentration on Ape.
Smart.
Yeah. I'm gonna summon a new Voidborn. Out with the old, in with the new. So I have a casting range of 90 feet. I'm gonna summon the Voidborn Chasm.
Oh, that thing. Oh, that's a nasty little thing. A giant mosquito demon. Yeah.
And ideally, so that it's not within 60 feet of Athalor. Okay, we're good.
Cool. And are you concentrating on that?
Yeah. Does that drone effect kick in?
What does the drone effect say? Any creature that starts its turn within 30 feet.
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
When they start their turns, it can hit them.
I'm having issues hearing you again. Can you turn the music down?
Yep. Now, like I said, this is going to require some
iteration.
Is that better?
A little bit more.
Maybe I need to boost myself. Does that sound any better?
No.
Does that sound any better?
It's muted now, but yeah.
Now that it's gone, it's fixed.
Okay, I hear you over it now.
Yeah.
All right.
There's like moments where it gets loud randomly, and then it's like harder.
Just
But...
songs going crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit at the edge of this. Am I still in the aura if it's like half into it?
This square is not in the aura. The square that you're in.
All right.
That square is in the aura.
Here, I'll just stand.
This is more than 50%. This one is good. I have changed my mind. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna sit here, and that's it. And yeah, so I'll drop the concentration on the ape. He'll handle this side. I'll look at this side, and I am concentrating on the drone, but I'm also giving eyes to the stalker next to me. Like, don't fuck with me.
Okay. It seems as if these defenses should hold. And so the rest of the party is just biding their time. They're saving resources. The binding ritual has now been in place for 1 round. The elemental is unable to escape. I need all of you to roll perception checks for me, please.
Oh boy. What could possibly be only a minute away?
Garnet and Mantra. Through the intonations of the sage's silver, clear, clarion voice, speaking aloud from the scroll of imprisonment, the howling rage of the wind elemental, and the sounds of battle, diabolical shrieks, and demonic bellows, a new sound joins them. A rhythmic sound. The sound of marching feet. In great numbers.
Uh-oh. Where is it coming from?
From the south. Southeast, to be precise. Mantra, you got a 21. You would estimate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 50 people.
People.
It sounds like marching boots.
Oh, okay. I guess calls that out. It's like, it sounds like, I don't know if any of you hear that, but there's people marching this way. And kind of points towards, or gestures towards the direction.
Okay.
Direction?
50 of them?
Southeast.
Southeast.
Oh, that's rough.
Meanwhile, your summoned demon ape dissolves into a pool of gibbering ichor and is destroyed.
Did he splash any of them when he...
When he got hit, they rolled a natural 20 on the con save.
Oh, that's what they rolled. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the other side, these ice stalkers start in their of the chasme? I don't know how to pronounce the thing of its wings. You went close enough. So that is a DC 12 Constitution check, and this does not count as a Magic resistance doesn't count here. And they are not demons, they're devils, so they're not immune. They are not immune to propaganda. The first one succeeds on its save and gleefully tears into this new target that it's been given, slashing it apart for 15 damage plus sneak attack because they hunt in packs. Another 8 points of damage. It could have had 69 health, but no. Apparently we don't do that here. The other Ice Stalker moves to flank, jumping around to the other. No, the other Ice Stalker makes a saving throw to see if it passes out. It does not pass out. Instead, it moves around to flank to tear the demon to shreds.
Bro, it's not 20 Constitution checks.
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
I'm getting him out of the way now so that when you do other stuff, it won't matter as much, you know?
Ah, true.
The sage continues. They're so constitutional. The sage continues to chant aloud. Those of you who stand near her, you begin to feel an odd pressure on your eardrums. Slight at first. Kotka readies himself. The Ice Stalkers continue their attacks. Athalor, your turn is going to be next. Why don't you go ahead and start taking it? Because they're just going to be tearing up this demon. The only thing is, I think one of them gets to move. Yeah, the one that moved up to the lantern gets to move before you do. Yep. And it is going to be moving away.
Yeah, don't fuck with me. Okay.
The others on the far side seem to just be defending themselves. Hiding, dodging, trying to stay scarce. Except for this one, which, as previously mentioned, runs the hell away and then dodges.
Gotcha. I'll take a
Athalor, what would you like to do?
off myself because I'm no longer concentrating on slow because everything that was slow is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I do here while we're waiting? That lasts for a minute. One moment.
Mm-hmm. Calculating.
How tall are these cliffs, these bluffs that the people are on?
They're like 5 feet.
Okay. One moment. Okay. I'm going to move half speed over to here. And Athalor's going to take out Ioth's Quill and use a couple of points of energy from it to cast a level 3 rainbow bridge between these 2 points.
Ooh, okay. Set that to linger and I'll install an actual rainbow bridge.
And just sort of like twirls along like a Bifrost-esque beam across this area.
Nice.
How do I linger? Here we go. There we go. Beautiful.
All right, you're good. You may remove your lingering. Is that a concentration spell? I forget. I know I've been thwarted by it before.
It's busted. It's not.
Ow.
Okay.
That's loud.
Yeah.
It's like every new song it suddenly cranks up, and only for you. It doesn't do that for me. It's weird. Like I can barely hear it. Something's strange.
Something wild is afoot.
All right, less. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. It's like muted for me.
Start a turn counter on myself at 10 for how long does it will last? Okay, that's me.
All right, I'll go ahead and add it. Rainbow Bridge. Add. Boop. Untermaler, seeing that the situation remains under control, is not going to use any resources until the source of the noise is revealed. And since they're protected, he's just going to keep concentrating on that spell. The Ice Stalkers cannot pass through the bridge. They continue to move away and guard themselves. Mason, is there anything you'd like to do?
I suppose Restoration Ward Garnet in case she takes damage from concentrating on evil stuff. I mean, void stuff.
Right.
Void isn't evil. It's just antithetical to existence.
Just misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah.
The Infernals are evil. Void is just nothingness. All right.
All right, that's about it.
Restoration Ward activated. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the chase here. Actually, Garnet hasn't had her turn yet. All right. So I'm not going to cut to the chase just yet.
There will be no chase cutting.
Because I don't want to cut Garnet off. I want to make sure Garnet has a chance to do anything that she wants to first.
So, do I have to roll to know if, yeah, I guess I could do a bonus action roll to see, do stalkers talk? Because mine knows languages but doesn't talk. So I'm wondering if it's the same shit with these guys.
Well, you rolled on them earlier. I'll let you just know that they speak Infernal and they can communicate telepathically.
Having a big think.
And there's marching coming our way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fuck. I'm gonna drop concentration on this fucking bug.
Yeah, this bug's almost dead. That's fine.
Me flipping through my Pokemon cards. Blue eyes.
Go through a Yu-Gi-Oh folder.
I'm gonna summon Voidborn Echo.
Did you summon a bunch of monsters in one turn? That's against the rules, isn't it?
And I have to summon it in kind of a stupid spot.
Okay.
Because it has to be 100 feet from me, ideally. So if you just want to picture it here,
See,
or
I actually can put things off the map. So if you point to where you want it, I can actually put it there.
Oh,
you won't see it, but it'll be there.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
here,
trust-
I guess.
trust. Mm-hmm.
Just trust. And I guess I have to get a little. Let's say, like, I had to move back and forth, to summon it.
Roll a acrobatics check.
Oh fuck.
That's your full move.
Here we go.
To avoid beefing it.
It's a 10, right?
It's exactly a 10. You whoa for a moment.
Go blue eyes.
Yuki, your deck is too weak for me.
And there's a.
Be sure to
thingy
take the
on
psychic
them.
damage.
Yeah, I have too many Pokemon pages open.
Yeah, summoning and shapeshifting characters are really hard to run. This, by the way, chat, is what she just summoned.
So this part. The idea here is that I want this to mask by producing a fuck ton of sound. It's sort of masking where we are to where they are coming from. So it's just like a 100 feet radius this way, 100 feet radius. It's just a lot of fucking noise is happening here. So maybe it's gonna cover some stuff and distract them. Oh yeah, so psychic damage. Sorry.
Oh, you take that damage?
Yeah.
Okay, you will heal.
Oh,
this
thanks.
much damage.
That's literally what I took, so that works. Thank you.
Perfect.
Pleasure doing business.
Also, chat healed Untermaler for 5 health.
Nice.
He's doing well.
Cool.
He's doing fine.
That's my turn.
Okay. Your demon is just gonna, do stuff.
Just doing
Demon stuff. Okay, proboscis attack.
I love proboscises.
A
I
critical
hate that
failure.
Well, that's why you're not adopted anymore.
Let's roll on the table.
So the proboscis is badly bruised and cannot be used until a long rest. Guess what natural attacks this thing has?
Proboscis?
That's it. That's the end of it. That's the only attack that it has.
That's fine.
Stupid fly.
Look, it's a bag of hit points. It did its job.
It's true. John Tank over there.
Okay. The binding ritual continues, and now the source of the noise is revealed.
Uh-oh.
Across the ice and through the Rainbow Bridge, the remnants of this road are now occupied by a small army.
Lads. A couple lads.
Led by this thing.
Oh, what the fuck is that? It's like a Ben 10 villain.
Real.
I am going to delete all of its secret information and show you the picture. Secret information deleted.
Redacted. Redacted.
Redact, 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 redact. And show to players. Show. Behold,
Oh, Frenchie.
the Gelugon, an ice devil.
Garnet, what is that thing?
Ice Devil.
And on her turn, she can make a check to see what else she knows. The air elemental rages inside of its sphere in which it is captured. There's also now this horrible bat shrieking echoing across the ice. At this range, it doesn't affect you, but you can all hear it. You can see the ice stalkers on your side running around on the high ground, clambering towards the ice devil.
They don't slip. They got skates.
They're ice stalkers.
That makes sense.
Stalkers.
They better not Zordon with this thing or something. Better not make a Gigazoid.
Your bug is dead.
That's true.
This one also runs back.
Dad, they made a field that hurt me.
Also, the reason why the initiative counter has been so laggy since last week is that I pre-rolled initiative for all the monsters. And so whenever I'm doing stuff with it, it's including all these lads.
Oh.
Just a couple armies.
I'm not going to worry about taking their individual turns right now because they aren't in attack range. The sage, calmly, as if nothing else in the world was going on, continues reading. Kotka grabs a hunter's knife from his belt, shifting on the ice uneasily. And the ice devil. How fast can I move? Well, pretty fast. Wielding a pitchfork in hand, it walks along the ice shelves. Garnet, you feel an odd tingling sensation in the back of your mind. Are you wearing a ring of mind shielding?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you experience.
Okay.
Oh, good.
The creature is holding its pitchfork, not hunched over like the picture shows, but sort of just using it as a walking stick. It is not crouched over. It's not hunched for battle. It's just sort of walking forward. Its insectoid face is almost impossible to read. Which ice stalker is this? You. It runs up and you can hear snarling in infernal. As the ice stalker speaks to the ice devil. More and more of them continue to withdraw away. Garnet, what is are you going to use your reaction to control your demon?
We.
Okay, go ahead and take the damage and use that reaction. And what do you want your demon to do?
All right, we're pulling up. 30 movement speed, which would be nice to have here. As much
I'm
as I
here,
can
trust
go.
me.
Probably that.
Okay. So I'm here on this.
You are here. You are, hold on.
On the dot.
You're here. That was
You
30
move
feet.
me- Wait, but I wanted to go here. Wait, I don't know where I was before.
Nope, that's fine. Legal move.
Okay. Anyway,
what would you like to do?
Cast Echoes of the Abyss.
Okay. For the sake of everybody's ears, I am not going to attempt to make this noise. As it wails, you hear the screaming cries of tormented souls and unearthly beings of chaos echoing up from the very ground itself. I am going to roll for the Ice Stalkers. I'm not going to do 50 rolls right now because that's not fun. I'll deal with that as we go. But I'm going to roll for the Ice Stalkers and the Ice Devil. And it is a
Are
wisdom
these guys
saving throw.
devils or what are they?
They appear to be human. I'm just not rolling for them right now because that's a lot of rolls. This is absolutely going to have an effect. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not making them all immune. I just don't want to roll 50 times right now. The Ice Stalker is stunned. Okay, get this rainbow to the back. It's messing me up. All right, put on your stunned face. The Ice Stalker is stunned. See, I was burning all those 20s earlier. The Ice Devil is stunned.
Let's go.
Crone, do I only get the healing once or every time?
It's once per cast.
Only once per cast, yeah.
Okay, no biggie.
He can spam it, but yeah. Okay, actually there's one more. But this screaming demon of the abyss just locked down almost the entire enemy force.
Hey.
Nelarin winces at the sound. Puabi calmly watches the proceedings, holding his spells until the party is in danger. After all, you've been through a series of difficult battles, and it's important to conserve resources for when they're needed. The Ice Stalkers that have not been rendered unconscious or stunned by the screams of the abyss charge across the ice towards the demon. Unchamalar chants in his low voice, controlling the elemental that whirls like it's trapped inside of an orb, just this swirling ball of wrath and chaos. Apolor, what do you want to do?
Look towards me, Hathor. Any defensive magic we should be using here?
He ponders, placing a hand upon his chin for a moment. Not at the moment. If we sustain archer fire, I'll provide a barrier. Your bridge, does it prevent projectiles or simply passage?
Just passage, nothing for projectiles.
Then if the archers become a nuisance, or if they display any kind of magical power, I have a solution.
Okay, Athel's gonna move 15 feet back, and I'll take the dodge action.
Okay.
Myself a little ninja.
Miahethil is Bulin. Mason, what do you do?
going to cast another Restoration Ward onto Garnet.
Thank you.
Okay, I am going to roll for these bald guys in the back. I'm going to roll their wisdom saves right now. Okay, 2 of them are stunned.
Oh, yeah.
But 2 of them are not. Is there anything that they can do? You hear shouting. Angry shouting. Roll a perception check, please.
Oh, 23.
March! March forward, weaklings! Krotep demands it! It's an unfamiliar dialect, but you can understand it for sure. This Ice Stalker is stunned. The auxiliaries are thrown into chaos by what you've done. Garnet, what do you want to do?
So they're all stunned.
Enough of them are stunned that they're not moved. Like they were only moving information. The formation is messed up right now. They're not advancing. They are not attacking.
And how many more rounds or minutes do we need for our ritual?
8, I believe.
Yep.
I will just also take a dodge action. That sounds like a pretty good idea. And chill.
The binding ritual continues. The Rainbow Bridge begins to count down. The elemental remains hopelessly trapped. The Ice Stalkers are stunned. Is it the start of the Echo Demon's next turn? Okay. So basically, until the Echo Demon pops up in the initiative order, they're on lockdown. As the sage continues her chant, that pressure that you had in your ears grows stronger. Okay. Garnet, at the start of the Voidborn Demon's turn, the stun effect wears off. Those affected will still hear those haunting echoes for the next 24 until they take a long rest, which will impact their intelligence checks. On the Voidborn Demon's turn, do you want to use your reaction to control it?
No. I'll have it attack whatever it sees.
Okay. It's just going to cut loose. And I forget, can it fly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not very fast. With a shriek, it descends on the nearest Ice Stalker.
Winking wildly.
It missed.
Bruh.
Hey, that insta-stun was highly effective. Athalor, is there anything you want to do? Athalor, give me an insight check, please, for free.
Oh boy.
Garnet, give me a bonus action Arcana check.
Ooh, bad.
Okay.
Yeah, 11.
All right, we're letting it ride?
Yeah, we'll let it ride unless there's Rialta thing. No, I don't think we
Nope, Rialta thing is not deployed. I did miss a couple of though. I'm gonna have to go through these. Damn.
Oh boy.
For some reason, I only saw the healing burst. All right, Garnet, this ice devil. All devils have a few things in common. They're resistant to non-magical attacks, so you need magic weapons or silvered weapons to hurt them. They're immune to cold, fire, and poison. Ice devils have blind sight, meaning that within 60 feet they are not fooled by invisibility or illusions that change your appearance. They are commanders in diabolical armies. They are very strong combatants. All their attacks do a lot of damage because they also have a chilling cold effect. You all took potions of cold resistance, so you would take half damage from that if it hits you. And they can conjure a wall of ice.
And
I
this
think that
medium guy is an ice devil, you said?
the large guy over here is an ice devil.
And he's different than the stalkers. Like,
Right,
they
the
don't have any relationship to each other or anything.
They're both types of devils, and the ice stalkers likely are subordinate to the ice devil. It commands them, meaning that here they're acting as its trackers, its dogs in a way. They found you. They must have reported your presence to the rest of them. Mason, is there anything you'd like to do?
I guess still just keep warding Garnet until things
Till morale
change.
improves.
That's right.
Garnet, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah,
What?
I'm cooking.
Okay. Okay.
You allow me to.
through the deck.
We're cooking again. I'm
I'm
gonna
listening.
drop concentration on the fucking echo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna summon a shadow stalker.
Just fleeing monsters left and right.
And summon it next to these guys.
Okay. Go ahead and take the requisite damage.
And this can be like figured out on the next turn or whatever. But or wait, if I want him to do like a little interaction, do I have to wait to like command it or something?
What do you have in mind?
Since he can't speak, I'm trying to see if the stalkers will listen to another stalker homie and point at the ice devil and go like this. And like a commanding like, let's fuck up this guy kind of interaction. It's big, intimidating looking, maybe stronger version of a stalker. Maybe it's like, oh, that guy's Chad, like we should listen to him.
Are you trying to foment a coup?
It's a revolution. It's a revolution.
I'd say it was a good one, but
The Ice Stalkers proceed to butcher the crap out of your bat demon. And they look at the Shadow Stalker and they hiss and they snarl in the infernal tongue. And I'm missing an Ice Stalker. There it is. Well, it's going to run up here and attack your demon. And I'm skipping ahead a bit. I'm not going to skip any player turns, but I'm fast forwarding a bit because your delaying action is absolutely effective at this point. You have multiple layers of defenses. The lantern, the rainbow bridge, you're fleeing demons left and right. The ice devil, now that it is no longer stunned, snarls an order in Infernal. Garnet, you hear advance and hold. It then continues to walk along this line above the rainbow bridge. And Athalor, you feel this odd buzzing in the back of your head. Are you wearing a ring of mind shielding?
No, sir.
Okay.
A rude reception from strangers and outlanders.
Do I recognize the voice?
No. But the ice devil is looking right at you as you hear that in your head.
Athel kind of just thinks like, well, you didn't exactly welcome us in for tea.
The North is not a welcoming place. Who are you, strangers? And what is your business here?
We'll be gone before you know it. I'm not in the mood to monologue.
Who are you talking to?
I thought I was just thinking it back.
Oh, I was like, my bad.
The devil hears this and just stares at you with those insectoid eyes for a moment. Let's see. Mason, are you wearing a ring of... What was that?
Oh, I thought I was just calling out to the rest. They're telepathic.
Mason, are you wearing a ring of mind shielding?
Also, no.
Okay.
Kids wear protection.
That's one of those
You
things.
are far from home.
A little bit.
Why?
Just needed something here really quick. That's
Well, it's not exactly yours, is it?
It is it yours? Is it like a everything?
Yes.
Everything is your. Oh, okay. Well,
These lands do not belong to you. Their spirits, their people, their wealth are not yours to take.
apologies. Sorry about that.
My bad, bro.
An apology is insufficient.
Oh.
What will you pay for your trespass and this?
It glances at the elemental that's just like inside the orb of the orb of force.
Poaching.
Poaching. What do you want? What's the? I mean, if you make the laws here, you know.
Well, we would accept the sacrifice. One of your less useful or weaker companions would be sufficient.
Oh dear. It's like, yeah, we'll pick someone out. We'll get back to you with no.
We're gonna draw straws.
Roll a deception check, please.
No planning to actually do that. So, yep. Deception. Oh, I'm good at this.
Deception.
I'm
10.
not good at this.
Temporarily not good at this.
Are you gonna let that ride?
I have no
Lady
lucky
Luck
dice.
has been played. The party has a pool of 3 luck dice.
Do I waste on this shit? Probably not. I'll let that ride.
Okay. The party has also been given a mantle of fire. One of you can use the mantle of fire spell during this encounter.
That's
if
more
you do,
you two's themes than mine. Have fun.
if you do not use it, it will not go to waste. It will be used to benefit an army of a civilization aligned with sin. So,
okay,
there is a backup here. Okay, that was the Ice Devil's turn. The Ice Stalkers continue to just chop the crap out of your monster. Now, I want to ask the party, because this could get repetitious with the highly effective defenses that you have in play and the various monsters fighting each other. So why don't you just go ahead and describe to me what each of you go, and I'll just move my pieces in the background, and we'll just not worry about the order of initiative unless you start attacking each other and stuff. Like if you summon another monster, we'll just drop another monster in there, take the damage, etc. So one by one, let's go Mason, Athalor, Garnet, because that's the order in OBS. So Mason, you've just made mental contact with this devil. What would you like to do about it?
About that?
Yeah. Or what, if anything, do you want to do in general?
Yeah, about that, probably nothing. Just hope it doesn't happen again, and continue to put restoration wards onto Garnet. I guess just we'll say to people that like, that thing I think tried to make some contact, or did make contact. It's mad that we're here. And it's taking its stuff, because everything on this side of the kingdom is its, and not ours.
Okay, Athalor, what is your overall stance?
Athalor's trying to shepherd Untamola away from the edge of our protective zone. Our main concentration camera is a touch exposed.
All right, that's valid. Garnet, are you actively controlling your Shadow Stalker? The attempt to incite to unionize the Ice Stalkers does not seem to have landed.
Can I keep attempting to?
Yeah, unfortunately, the Shadow Stalker's charisma bonus is 0, so just roll a flat d20.
Oh, okay, so maybe it's a you issue. Wait, no, it's not. I fear.
It's not me. It's definitely not me.
It's like, sir, this is a Wendy's. We need to rise up against the ice demon. Do you want fries with that?
Bro missed his. Yeah.
Unlucky. All right. They are attacking your Shadow Stalker, and since you controlled it, take the damage, please.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to try to run a unionization drive, that's not his normal programming. That's not going to work here.
And Kron, what's the healing?
2d4. I'll roll it.
Thanks.
Ooh, an Infernal Wrath card has been played, which means that I get to turn one of Uzul's minions' normal hits into a critical hit.
Oh.
Are there any of those? Oh no, Crotep is Uzul's son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, bollocks.
Yeah.
I've had about enough of Scrotep.
Okay. Garnet, aside from attempting unionization, what else are you up to?
Are they just keeping their distance?
So the general posture is that the Ice Stalkers are attacking your demons, and the army is marching forward, but they're sort of holding back whenever they get too close to one of the demons. So they're taking a very cautious approach. They're not going on the ice. They're staying on the snow, and they're attempting to stay in formation.
They speak Infernal, right?
You've heard the ones in the back speaking Infernal.
The back,
you haven't
like
heard
human-looking weirdos?
These 4 in the back. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Yeah.
A 17. The ones in the back are shaved completely bald, and they are wearing holy symbols. The holy symbol looks like an inverted triangle made of some clear material, quartz crystal or something, and blue mandibles superimposed over it. They are also carrying rods in their hands that have a similar symbol at the very top of it.
And the ones at the very back here, or the ones that...
These 4. Could I get perception checks from both Crowan and Leg Day, please?
Yes, boss.
Okay.
24.
All right. Leg Day, Athalor is the one who gets most of this information. They are not dressed or equipped like Iron Empire forces, but they are following Iron Empire doctrine. The ones in front are fodder. They are almost untrained, and they're each marked with an infernal brand that controls them and forces them to fight. The next line...
soldiers.
Yeah. The next rank back, those are auxiliaries. They are not professional soldiers. They are combat-trained citizens, basically, or subjects. They're not elite, but they are trained to fight in ranks with spears. And they have throwing spears as well. The ones in the back, you have the These ones with the shields, these are legionnaires. They are heavily trained, much more elite soldiers.
Which one looks in charge? Is it the Ice Devil that's in charge, or one of these back guys? Or
The Ice Devil is clearly in charge, but the priests, these guys dressed up in this religious garb, they are issuing orders. So the Ice Devil shouts something in Infernal, and they shout it out in Common. It seems that not all of these Axorians speak Infernal.
Okay. What's my yelling distance? Can I just yell at this guy without using message, or do you want me to use message?
Well, how far can you yell?
Roll for vocal projection.
Are we getting a sound check?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, they can all hear you. It's just a question of whether they can understand you.
What? You're muffled by the helmet. Take it off. No!
I'm going to say that you have like 3 rounds before they make significant progress forward.
Is it my turn, or whose turn was it?
It's your turn.
Oh, okay. I'd like to attempt to communicate with the Ice Devil.
Okay. The Ring of Mind Shielding prevents unwanted mental communication, meaning that you can open contact.
I'll just talk out loud so that
Okay.
everyone can hear, and I'll step out of the aura with like my hands up.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna make me slip and fall like an idiot, then I'm gonna not. I'm just gonna not move. But for the sake of coolness, trying to
No, that's fine. That's fine.
kind of put my hands up,
Mhm.
like in a truce pose, and I'll speak in Infernal. And we are here with exclusive permission from the Sovereign of the Wind to fix something that I broke.
Your primitive elemental gods have no jurisdiction here. We care not for the sovereigns or the titans. One has died, more to follow. What exactly did you break, mortal?
Well, since you don't seem to care, if you're gonna make Big V mad, then we'll let him know that you interfered with the Mantle of Wind.
There's a reason that Sovereign of the Skies stays in his fortress. He's afraid.
I'll tell him you said that. You're gonna be real sorry.
Tell him that Heart Cutter still hungers. It has tasted of his sister, and it craves the rest.
It's tasting whose sister? So, whose permission do we need? Because we were just under the impression that this was for the cause, for the Big Wind Sovereign. We're not clearly trying to mess anything up. This was a get in, get out, quick 5-minute thing.
These are the lands of Krotep, true son of Uzul the Destroyer, the God-Slayer, the Earthbreaker. And I am his servant.
What was the son's name again, you said?
Krotep.
Oh, Krotep! Oh, yeah! No, he knows we're here too.
He does now that his dogs have found you.
Well, he knows of us. Just say that it's Garnet and, like, we're friends. Like, you guys just... You didn't have to come all the way out here.
Garnet. Garnet Tosaka.
Oh, you know me? Oh my god, guys, he knows me.
And so...
God, you're famous.
That must be
That's a good thing.
Athalor and Mason as well, yes?
Okay, well...
Okay, I didn't mean to dox everybody. Like,
Yeah, oh,
I did. Come on, it's just the
I'm
first
Steve.
thing. You're just gonna be cool like that. Yeah, that's Steve.
Gracie.
That's Steve. He's new. How do we know each other? Krotech knows us, but have we met?
To think the favor that Uzul would show to his son if he were to bring these 3 enemies to his altar.
Oh, not enemies. Nope, we're chill. Not enemies.
Not enemies? You who shattered the armies of Tilbeck.
Well, it's more of a self-defense.
Defiance is not something that the Destroyer can tolerate. This is fascinating. What is Ioth Academy doing this far away?
The sages.
If you, hey, I'm glad to tell you all. How much time do you have? I'll tell you all about it. And I'm gonna start a level 5 yapathon to attempt to distract them.
Okay. What skill would you like to use for yapping?
Arcana.
Okay.
If I talk about very complex magical things,
Make an Arcana check, but don't use your intelligence modifier. Use your charisma modifier.
oh, how do I do that?
Do the math and roll 1d20 plus that.
Then I can just do persuasion then, because that's probably what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just do persuasion then, because that's
well.
charisma.
Don't you have like double your proficiency bonus on Arcana checks?
You have expertise.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
have
know how to-
expertise on it.
So what do you
roll
want me to roll?
d20.
1d20.
Just roll a d20. We'll do the math.
It should be the same modifier anyway.
19.
All right.
Oh no, that should have been wisdom.
I don't know if you guys know the Valorant meme, but that 100-page icebox essay, like think about that. But I'm starting with the history of fucking, what are we doing? The history of the
Boreas?
wind. Like who is the sovereign of the wind? What are the mantles? How does a mantle work? How is it like the most like bullshit information around like mantles and the wind? Who is vendor without dropping the vendor word? And just, level 5 yapathon of I'm giving a lecture to like a, first year university
minor
class.
illusion, like a whiteboard behind.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is this. It's attempting to buy ourselves the last minute or two of that fucking spell.
Okay. The armies of Axor form up while all your Pokemon are battling each other, and this Ice Devil sits there and listens to you. But as time is ticking down, you hear the crack of thunder in the skies above.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't say his name.
No, you didn't. This was not your fault.
Oh, yes.
This time.
But nonetheless, a bolt of lightning arcs down from the sky directly towards the sage. Is there anything any of you could do about this as a reaction?
Unless I can counterspell it.
So we have like protection from. Is there anything from the protection of good and evil that would cause a disadvantage, maybe? Or
Advantage on the save. Advantage on the save.
Yeah. Well, I'm yapping, so that's.
Apple or nothing from you, right?
Does that Sanctuary Honor do anything about it?
Or, I mean, like, counterspell doesn't work, right?
Probably not.
What about forceful repurposing?
What is this?
Okay.
I can't
Game.
stop it.
Roll a
I'll
charisma
meet
check.
Yeah, I'll meet the charisma check here.
Oh,
that's gonna be a
Damn.
natural 20.
Okay. As the wrath of Boreas's father starts to rain down upon you, what do you do? You tell me.
Kind of like time slow moment, I guess, is that like
Mhm.
arcs through. Bathed in Rialta's light, Athlor thrusts his hands out towards the incoming lightning bolt, and like ghostly Rialta-esque hands kind of just grab it and twist it in the air to like zap over towards this army.
Okay. So that was supposed to be a call lightning spell, which is just like a huge area, and once per round, a bolt can drop on you. And for the last like 3 rounds, I was going to just start dropping bolts so that all of you would have to make these saves. But look, guys, Vinder doesn't like you, and I think it's understandable why. But he's also not a huge fan of devils or those who serve Uzul. So as soon as Athalor grabs that bolt and redirects it and just like zaps it right into these fiends over here, the rest of the bolts just start hammering down on the army. They abruptly retreat. It's not a broken retreat. It's a very rapid, orderly retreat. Roll 3d10, please, as one of these bolts strikes the Ice Devil.
10.
Okay.
Also, I have to cast it with a level 4 spell slot.
Mm-hmm. Well, then roll an additional d10.
Oh, lovely.
You're as resourceful as they say. Very well.
And the Ice Devil dips. They all fucking dip as you throw a lightning storm at them.
I'm literally mid monologue.
You're still talking as like
These are leaving. I'm like,
I'm not done.
Looks back at Athalor like, I wasn't done.
It was them of the sage.
Yeah, better them.
What do you mean? Oh, looks up at the fucking thundercloud.
Zot, 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 zot.
Oh.
Don't think we would have much fun with that.
I think he's mad at everyone here.
Is he not mad?
Then let us be on our way.
The sage holds aloft a gemstone. The elemental is nowhere to be seen, and a miniature storm rages inside the gemstone that she holds.
We have a raging wind. Let us be gone.
I'm ready to go.
Likewise.
Everybody forms up and teleports away back to the safety of the academy.
I can't believe you managed to monologue a devil out for like 30 seconds.
I could talk all day about magic, but glad I killed some time so we don't have to keep casting spells.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, everyone wants to kill us. Well, maybe the V will be less angry once they've got, well, maybe not a sun back, but an effective sun replacement.
I doubt it.
Or daughter?
Probably still the same amount of angry.
You all did exceptionally well today. Thank you.
Okay, good job, everyone. Oh. Take 5.
Take your rest. I will speak with you again this evening.
It is approximately 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
For the magic to work, you had to go like at, oh god, shoot me in the face o'clock. So it's 3 something in the morning. The various high level mages and teachers and stuff dissipate to go about their business. What do the 3 of you want to do? You have been summoned to reconvene in the evening.
So like 20 hours from now.
Hmm.
I'll do a quick check-in with Lurkale, because I guess we would do our lessons around this time, or at least
Mhm.
chat. Doesn't have to be its own whole big scene, but
Mhm.
asking her any updates on, or just what she's been up to with Shadow Vendor,
Mhm.
and if she'd be up to doing a ritual for strengthening the dome around, or the sphere dome around the school. Sphere.
Oh, that sounds delightful. Sounds very, very challenging. Of course, I would help you, my jewel.
I mean, we don't even need anyone else. I mean, if I had your help, that's all I would need.
You always
Do you
have
really
my
want to
help.
do it?
Of course. I owe you so much, dear.
It does require a sort of a different contribution than like magic. It's more of like an energy.
Well, what's the difference, really? Magic is just what we do with power.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll have to propose it to the school, and I'll get back to you when I get permission.
So mysterious. I can't wait to find out what you're planning.
And that's all for that.
Okay. Athel or Mason, do either of you go ahead?
I think before people like disperse and do their own thing, I probably would want to mention to Garth and Athor, it's like, have something I want to talk to you guys about. It's late now though, so tomorrow morning or something.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Good night.
You need me.
I like talking.
Evidently.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, when I checked in with Lurkule, did she say anything about Vendor? And I would specifically ask if she was going to keep seeing Vendor, or Shadow V, after now that we've gotten the blood.
Oh, from time to time. I don't want him getting too used to my presence.
Ooh,
Familiarity breeds contempt.
Right. Alright, okay. That's all. Just curious.
All right. Athalor, Mason, anything else during the day?
Athalor is gonna get some rest, and in the day is gonna start reading this book of necromancy from our private stash for Libris Mortis.
Ah, okay.
Is that an intelligence check to comprehend?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 18.
The first very lengthy section of the book, where you start, talks about the difference between life and undeath. How death is, it's one of the 4 pillars, and it is the transition point. Somebody who is dead, they don't just stay dead. They are they re-enter the cycle. They undergo renewal. So death is just one point along the way. Life is a long point. There's basically 2, in the 4 pillars, there are 2 times of your life, and there are 2 crossing points. Life and renewal are forms of existence. Birth and death are crossing points. So undeath is basically when, instead of going from death to being reprocessed, somehow you are forced, or you force the psychic or vital energy that comprises your being to linger. But it has to be anchored by something. And so it talks about that in huge detail. It's going to take you a while to get through all of that. But once it's done with all that stuff, that's when it starts moving on to what is undeath, how does it work, what are the different forms of it, so on and so forth. And so it is a book of necromancy, but more of theory. It does have spells in it, but it talks a lot about theory first. Mason, was there anything you wanted to do?
I check back in with Sventisco and update her on everything. I think I'm supposed to go check in with the artificers as well about something. I'm trying to find it in my notes. I don't remember what it was about.
Well, why don't you search your notes while we go to a short break? When we come back, Mason can catch up with the other two about a little something that's on his mind, and we can find out what Untermaler has in store for us in the morning. We'll be right back.
No, grown men can lift the sword, Garnet.
Well,
Would you like
I
to
could
try?
eat a soul. I could eat a soul like a snack.
But I'm more thinking practical terms about swinging this fucking massive sword.
Well, what if
And
it turns him
honestly,
evil?
I'm sorry, but
Evil
your
Chad?
arms are small and noodly.
Excuse Matra, my arms are not noodly.
Matcha comes walking
Minus
back
2 strength.
from the meeting. He's like, what did I just walk in on?
Oh, Matra isn't here. Oh, my God.
sword.
Yeah, you open the door. The sword is just like covered with evil runes on the floor on a plate, and you just see Garnet going.
My arms are noodly, right?
Do you
Right,
think
yo.
you lift that, Zweihander?
Yeah, you try it.
Your arms aren't noodly, but that thing is pretty big.
And evil.
And apparently evil. What is that?
Do minor illusion and create a top hat, milady. Just like, just walk 10 feet away and then
You need her.
She's so angry. If you ever milady me, I will punch you in the face.
You'd have to be a lady first for me to milady you.
Excuse me?
Nothing, Grandmaster. I would never dream of disrespecting you in that way.
My apologies, sir. What's your name? I go by
We
Harker, by
are
the
the
way.
Bufomorphs. I am Bufo, and these are the Morphs.
Hello, Buffo, and hello, Morphs.
We are here to commune with our sacred idol. It gives us great insight into the spiritual oneness of all things.
I won't say it.
What's your secret idol?
It's
I
sacred,
won't
not
fucking say it.
It's right. What is the toaster going
I'm
on
gonna
about
say
now?
it.
I'm gonna cover Zen's mouth. Don't listen to her.
I'm gonna fucking say it.
I'm covering Zen's mouth. I'm covering.
Boofa D's nuts.
Roll for initiative.
And why is Garnet upset?
Because I'm gonna die alone out of the lore.
Don't you have like an arranged marriage?
No, that doesn't count.
What, you have an arranged marriage?
I'm in no such relationship that's been null and voided. The terms of the contract are canceled. I'm gonna be alone.
Bargo here to smash things. Bargo gonna smash corn into pieces. Bargo have fork with lots of muscles.
Bargo have loose grasp of grammar.
Bargo went to fighting school. Not grammar school.
Fair enough.
This cat one shot is the most heinous betrayal and morally compromising action I've seen in a campaign, and I've run supervillain games.
No, but like, what charisma? What am I doing?
Wisdom saving throw. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
I swear to God, I'm gonna murder you, Maddie. Okay. Okay. Wisdom. Fuck me.
Oh no.
No, so this is what happens. Ready? I go, come out, and then I hear put him back. I go, radio.
Yeet.
And then I go, yeet.
Ariana's like also entertaining this as well as she's like going back and forth with Garnet about all these different possibilities of like, oh yeah, no, what if Uncle is eternal?
What?
Mason speaks up. It's
Like,
like,
just
well,
random stuff.
both of your brains are already in the right place for this. This is going to go great. I'm really looking forward to it. More so now, actually.
Good.
Okay, let's go find Ethelure.
Ariana has like visibly perked up a lot from this conversation. Having a hard day in classes, Aren't they at school? But ooh, Morday now. Hold
you
on
have
a
ghosts in
second.
your blood and you should do cocaine about it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is a ridiculous plan and they're going to go with it.
I prefer the one where we don't die, so I like this.
I go away
Also,
after
I
an
need some
hour.
earplugs.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
Someone gonna heal me?
yeah, they're already like coming back with healing potions in crates, you know, like 24 packs of healing potions.
Just got a shotgun a healing potion.
It's like a study session all over again. It's just chugging Red Bull.
Once again,
Red Bull give you fiends.
Not what I expected to be happening today.
The Arbiter makes his way out of this portal, launches into the sky with his wings. Acolytes! You have come for dungeons and dice and death matches. And I have returned to satiate your bloodlust. As you look at each other in the sands of the arena, you've been here before. You were here that day. You know what happens in this arena. You know what is next. You know what you must do. Welcome to D20 Deathmatch.
Explain the bang, old man.
Well, you see, when a mommy and a daddy, or a mommy and a mommy, well, or a daddy, or when two people love each other very much.
Would like to be mind wiped.
There's Obliviax Moss available. Talk to the Court of Reverie about that. So, everybody gets up and starts...
I know you.
Hey chat, welcome back to Ioth Academy, the show. And hey player characters, welcome back to Ioth Academy, the place. You just returned from the Great Northern Wilds with a raging wind in hand. It was 3 a.m. You've had a little bit of time to spend to yourselves before Untermaler summons you all once again. Kotka takes special care to say goodbye to Athalor before leaving. And mentions that, yeah, we'll do this again.
I hope so. It's good to have you around.
No, we will. We will. I will.
I'll keep you posted on our next excursion.
He smiles at you and then takes off. He doesn't scurry away. He sort of just like walks off.
Athalor watches.
Appreciatively. Crowan, did you figure out what you were supposed to do?
Oh, that is a great question. Okay, they're working on like a rune. That's all that I.
Oh, the mirror rune. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they're actually going to. They have delivered their findings to Untermaler, and that is part of this evening's report for you.
Big.
So, was there anything else that you want to happen during the day?
Yeah, I guess if Athalor and Garnet are available to chit-chat a little bit before the Untermaler meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. With stolen book in hand.
Just post up in one of our rooms or something. Just say, a couple of nights ago, um, I got a note from something that I didn't recognize, that told me to meet them in Gildenverge somewhere, and that they would give a certain her back. I didn't know what it referred to, but okay, you're gonna be mad at me. I went.
Mm-hmm. Is that the part I'm supposed to be mad at?
Yeah, are you mad at me?
Well, you're not dead, so.
Oh.
I
Okay.
mean, like, I could be mad at you, but you're part of a Kizjan, and I probably couldn't keep you out of Golden Verge if I wanted to.
Oh, okay. That went better than expected. That part.
You will do stupid things going there alone.
I've done
I
dumber
mean,
shit. Go on.
Okay, fair enough. I learned that people or things allied with the Mirror Keeper had L now and were offering to trade to give L now back.
I mean, they
Have
have
if
her.
they kidnapped her from my mum's workshop? My mum's Mirror Clones workshop?
Apparently so. That's what they said, at least.
How do you know they weren't lying?
I don't.
And you took this long to tell us?
The trade they offered was myself for L now, and I was thinking it over in terms of, one, if it's actually something that they have, L now, right? That is, and two, if I would just do it and get her back. I wouldn't have told you in that world, I think.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did I miss a trick here? What trade?
Myself. For
Why
L
do they
now.
want you?
Well, Mayor Keepers had a interest, fascination with me for, I don't know, a long time.
And more importantly, why did it have to be willing? You were stupid enough to go to that meeting alone. Why didn't they just take you?
I don't know. In fact, they made it very apparent that I could just leave if I had wanted to. They did say I wasn't supposed to share this with anyone, I believe. But yeah, here we are. In fact, actually, I was followed on the way out by people that weren't them. I think trying to mug me or something, and they were killed by the people that I met with, assuring that I would be safe and allowed to leave. That's what it seemed like, at least.
And just so I have all of my ducks in a row here,
Mm-hmm.
you met with a representative? The Mirror Keeper themselves?
Yeah, something of the sort.
And they told you they have L now.
Mm-hmm.
Who we all saw in the Sage's Walk die.
Yes.
Get turned to ashes.
Yeah.
So maybe they have a mirror clone of L now?
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like at least from what they were saying, no, actually, it was a clone. Supposed to be indistinguishable.
And their trade offer is that we lose you and gain a mirror clone of one of the most powerful mages on the planet.
That's controlled by them? Or what?
Apparently not.
Apparently.
Apparently still with the will of her own. But not her.
I'm not inclined to believe them.
DM question, have I ever heard of a mirror clone that's not controlled? Or like a version of a mirror being that's not controlled?
In your studies into the plane of mirrors, the mirror world was not created by Imago. It is an emergent property of the multiverse. So is the fact that people can be replaced by their mirror clones. That is also an emergent property of the multiverse. Imago is an outsider, like all the Infernals. He came from somewhere else and subverted the plane of mirrors, made it his domain. And from there, he is able to compel the obedience of mirror clones. That does imply that it is possible for mirror clones to not obey Imago, since Imago is effectively an alien, an invasive species.
So it's like he commands them, doesn't control them, or is it a control, like possession?
They are. He doesn't usually use them as avatars, though he can. It's more that they are just automatically loyal to him.
So he can possess any clone he wants, but doesn't directly control them.
Right. They just obey him. It's like they have to obey his orders, but he's not constantly omnipresent in all of them. It's just that when they get cloned, they immediately fall under Imago's control. Again, he's not piloting them. He sends commands, they obey.
They have to, or is it like a will thing?
No, they have to.
Oh.
Well, I don't like the deal. But I am wondering why you're so dear to them, Mantra? Feels like everyone else has just been taken. And they, what, ask you pretty please?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I knew there was a chance, maybe even a likelihood. If I went there, I might not return. But I don't know. Here I am. Don't really know how to think about it.
So you don't know why the Mirror Keeper would be more interested in you?
Mantra. A pattern plays out in your head. The pattern of spiraling marks on your horns and on the horns of your mothers and the horns of all your ancestors. A pattern you once saw as part of something much, much larger.
There is the fact that there is some blood ties, or going down several generations, many, but beyond that, I don't know. Maybe that makes whatever connection stronger, more appealing, more something.
Your mothers know about this? Did it happen to them?
Oh, would I know about that? I know this.
They've never mentioned anything like it.
I'm not sure.
Because we went thousands of miles up to a mountain to your hometown in a cave where there were no fucking mirrors. found one of those looking for you, it seems.
Yeah. I should talk to them about it.
Yeah. You should.
Is just gonna stand closer to Mason, like face to face, and you're not lying, are you?
About what?
Everything?
As far as I'm aware, unless they messed with my mind or something.
Can I insight check Mason?
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll. Mason, you don't have to roll anything. 10. No idea, Garnet. Hard to tell. Because Mason himself is very confused about all this, it's hard for you to get a read on him.
Just looking back at Athalor, like, do you remember when Alex didn't know his relationship with the serpent and how that ended?
I remember. Athalor's pretty mirror aggro pilled right now.
Yeah. So is Garnet. So
Unfortunately for Mason.
looks back at Mason like, you held on to this information for days?
Night and a half, I suppose, yeah. I know how much Elnell means to you, and I don't know. This is stupid, it's going to sound stupid, but it seems like you all are more important. What you guys are doing is more important, and if I traded myself for Elle now and no one knew the difference, you just have her back and there wouldn't... You could just keep going.
Fuck that mantra. And whatever he wants, fuck him.
Garnet starts tearing up because this is like the first time we've sort of talked about Hell now since the mission was a big distraction from everything, and as Athalor is cussing out whoever, kind of just blankly stare at both of them and say, I would trade this whole school to have her back, and is gonna leave the room.
Kind of puts head in hands and then takes a look at Athalor and...
I believe her.
I do too.
But it's not an option. And I refuse to have our options dictated to us by the people who made the problems in the first place.
There is wisdom in that, but if the option is still a good one.
It's not a good option.
Why?
If they were born with the Mirror Realm, then even if they have free will most of the time, all it takes is one order obeyed for everything to go to shit. Imagine a sleeper agent at the highest echelon of the school with all the powers of El now. She took the top off a fucking mountain. With a snap finger from the Mirror Keeper, she could decimate everything, everyone here. I'm beyond the comprehension of willpower on her back. That's not going to make me stupid. Foolish, maybe, but not stupid. matter
Yeah.
if you have to tell them no.
Told them I'd consider, think on it. And they let me leave. I don't know if they have a way to realize if I told you all about it, but
Well, if they ask for an answer, don't go alone.
it might be dangerous if I don't.
We're in danger all the time. What are they going to do? Kill you twice?
Certainly try. And like we found out, doesn't always go according to plan.
All that going around lately. I'll see you this evening. I'll spend these guys said hi.
Yeah, I will. And Mason walks off.
Does Garnet go anywhere in particular? Is there anything
Back
that...
to the room.
Okay. Is there anything that we need to hear or see before this evening?
No, just stay in her room.
Okay.
Yeah, Athelor's just reading with renewed vigor of life. There's something in here for a revival, but probably not. This is the academic equivalent of doom scrolling, I suppose.
Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
Oh, I'm gonna pre-cash in a reluct die on this. Oh, actually, I can use one of a pool, right? We've got 3 that expire at the end of a session.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Use them or lose them.
I forgot to click advantage. That's 22. And that's a natural 20. You know what? Let's see if we can break the 30 barrier with a little bit of guidance. Okay, that is 30. Or as Garnet would call it, mid.
Just another Wednesday.
Athelor. The secrets contained in this book do not include the power of resurrection. But there's something called reconstitution. When someone dies, their soul, which is comprised of psychic energy and vital energy, meshed together in a unique pattern, is sent to the underworld, where it is unraveled, and then its threads spun into new life elsewhere. There are arts, spells, and rites that can be used to spin that pattern back, at least the psychic energy. It does not contain the ability to recreate the lattice of vital and psychic energy, which is why in all of these rites, and as the author indicates in the beginning, what separates undeath is the presence of something that replaces that natural presence of vital energy. So, it could be possible to retrieve her spirit, to weave her back together, her mind, her ghost, her spirit, her shade. And then, with the proper spells, anchor her so that she does not follow the movement of the cycle and return to the underworld. It will take further research, but there is much to learn here.
has got a show and tell for our evening meeting.
Speaking of the evening meeting, assuming we're good to proceed to it?
Yeah.
Okay. The same group that underwent the mission, Sans Kotka, is gathered around the table, with Untermaler presiding.
I will be direct. We have accomplished all but one of our goals to recreate the mantle of the North Wind and establish a lasting peace with Saparziku. There's only one more thing we require: the lights of heaven. Sage, may I task you with retrieving this? You are most knowledgeable in these ways. You hold Congress with gods. And we have precious little time. The Day of the Four Winds is in 2 days. Can you do it?
She nods again.
Then I ask you to go now. There is no time.
She pauses for a moment, her eyes tracing around the entire room, the light of her lantern glinting off the silvery tattoos that mark her body, before she rises, and as usual almost floats as she goes out the door.
Puabi, you are to oversee the efforts of the alchemists to replicate the blood of the Father, using everything that we have gathered. And I ask you to go to this immediately. There is no time.
Puabi gets up and leaves.
Sig, I will ask for your help in the actual casting of the spell. We will need you then. Until then, go forth.
He dismisses Sig. He asks Tana Ralnor to help with the final calculations of the complex ritual that will be required to form the new mantle. She leaves. Chad is to keep the peace right now, especially given the fall of the Archmage, and everyone is instructed not to discuss or reveal the fall of the Archmage to anyone at this time. Chad leaves.
Miahethel, on the day of the rite, you are in charge of security. You must ensure that none of the forces we invoke go out of balance and that no outside forces attempt to intervene as they did today. I ask you to go forth and work on this immediately.
Miahethel bows and leaves, leaving the three of you and the diviner, Nelarin. Untermaler waits for a moment.
You will all remain here for a reason. I require your counsel. We cannot afford to go without access to the dawn magic at the heart of this academy or its defenses for an entire year. What are our options? Athalor, you wield the quill. And Elozrin was working on a ritual of magic to force the Academy to accept a new Archmage. Is there anything else?
I've been perusing Arth's library. Oh, now gave me clearance to do so before. the incident. And in this book, The Libris Mortis, I found allusions to a process called reconstitution, where we could potentially recapture the psychic patterns of energy that were Elnau. And maybe that would be a step towards, if not resurrection, retaining her. Be it in her original body or another.
Untermaler lays his eyes on each of you in turn, allowing the room to settle in the silence of this new information. Does anybody react or respond?
Put the book down on the table.
Resurrection is not impossible. You are living testament of that, Athalor. But that was under very controlled circumstances, which I'm sure you have already been made aware. And Garnet, you have seen this power worked before, but it happened in the flash of an eye. Resurrection is exceedingly uncommon, especially when there is nothing left of the body, and especially when time has passed. But dawn magic is also extremely uncommon. Athalor, you are to continue your research into the reconstitution process. I am aware of necromantic theory, though I am not a student of it myself, and I am aware of the power of dawn, though I am not its master. In the intersection of the two, the impossible may be possible. None of you are to mention this conversation outside of this room. Niahethil for obvious reasons.
So no conferring with the Tower of Necromancy, I take it.
You may confer with the Tower of Necromancy on the matter of reconstitution alone. And on necromantic matters alone. You are not to involve them in anything pertaining to dawn magic. And none of you are to speak of this to the sage.
Okay. I'll do that.
Unless you have any questions, that will be all.
Nope.
I'll find a way.
Okay. What do you do and where do you go?
Athalor would like to maybe get a brain trust from the party about potential reconstitution stuff. Like, if they're happy pursuing it as a course of action.
Yeah.
Garnet, roll a religion check, please.
Also, chat said Legday's having audio issues.
I just boosted him in VDO.
Okay.
We'll see if that does the job.
Okie doke.
Garnet, you're relatively certain that Zalarianism frowns upon this process that's being described. We've necromantically,
Then
as it goes against the cycle. Athalor wasn't resurrected; he was reborn. He underwent birth, life, death, and renewal. Necromancy is reversing or pushing in the reverse direction of the cycle. The undead are anathema to Zalarians because they represent a perversion or breaking out of the sacred cycle of birth, life, death, and renewal. So attempting to raise somebody as an undead would be considered evil and blasphemous in the Zalar's faith.
Based on our knowledge of how Athlor's process went, is there a way for us to retrieve the spirit, but yet kind of cause it to be reborn into a new body?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Kind of fusing the two.
I'll give Garnet guidance as I'm like, I need your help with this one, bud.
30.
I'm thinking 30.
30 even. Okay.
Breakpoint, baby.
So it could theoretically be possible to reincarnate her. That is what that process would be. New body, same spirit. This is less controversial from a cycle perspective. It is not magic that is practiced in the arcane. It's actually almost entirely the purview of primal magic, druids, nature worshippers, and the like. It could be possible to replicate the process through arcane means, but it's mostly in their purview. With that 30 Arcana, what Untermaler is suggesting is to use dawn magic to recreate Elnau.
So more of the reborn than the res? Or like what category?
Somewhere in between. Somewhere in
Still
between.
frowned on?
It's very unexplored territory. You have no idea how that would look for anyone, because the undead, they don't have that vital energy to keep them alive and to keep their soul together. So they have to steal vital energy from other people or other things in order to live, creating this indefinite parasitical loop. This would not be that. Nobody has ever done this before. And because it's dawn magic, there's no reason this should work, but there's also no reason this shouldn't work. The one thing that you can think of here, Garnet, because you got a 30 Arcana and because Athlor is helping you, is that it would require a lot of dawn magic.
Compared to what our store is or our storage?
You don't really know how much the Academy has. Like, Ioth Academy is probably the largest reserve of dawn magic in the Four Kingdoms that remains. But you haven't gone out and measured it. It's not easy to measure how much there is, and it's not all in the sphere either. Ioth and ostensibly Elnau were the only ones who truly knew how much there is.
And with this process using dawn magic, would we have to, or like would the dawn magic be able to just like get her soul, her essence or whatever, or would we have to like do something special for that?
You would do the necromancy part, so you would rebind her spirit, you'd reweave her spirit back using necromancy, but then instead of binding that in a receptacle, like, hey, we're going to keep you in this jar forever. Your soul's in this jar and you can talk to us. Or in this sword or this magic item. Or you would be creating a new body and weaving a new soul for her. And the missing half of her soul would be recreated with dawn magic. The other half of her soul and her body would be restored with dawn magic. But that does actually raise the possibility that instead of turning her into an undead, you could put her in a receptacle of some kind. An artificial body. None of this is easy or safe. No part of any of this is easy or safe.
You said you'd sacrifice the entire school for her. Doesn't seem to be quite that. do you think?
And to do this behind the sage's back? Someone who is gonna protect this school if all fails? I don't know. I don't even know if this is gonna work, and this could be a giant waste of what's left of this school. But I can help look into it.
When it comes to this theoretical shit, seems like nothing's guaranteed. Yeah. We'll try and get our facts straight first. I'll keep my mind on this. See if I can figure out a way, even if we can't fully recreate her from what Dawn magic remains, perhaps. There's some way to be able to talk to her again, find out what she knew, have her help guide us.
I'll help with the research on it.
Ioth obviously told her things that weren't able to be passed on due to the unplanned nature of the incident. I'm willing to try whatever.
Yeah.
And what of Onderud? Have you talked to anyone there about things going forward?
No, I think they're giving me space to grieve. I'm sure they don't particularly care for whatever proclamations a grieving boy has to throw at them right now.
You should wear your ring.
Yeah. I should. I don't know if my dad knows what happened either. Or if he'd care.
Do you think you should tell him?
Yeah. Maybe it'll bring him back to his senses. Realizing what's happening with him doing that. Whatever nefarious shit's going on over there.
What about extended family?
Well, the closest one we know is in league with my dad. He doesn't know we know. Underwood will be okay without me for now. The council has things in hand, I'm sure. When the time's right, I'll go back there, but feels like for now there's just sorting up, like, you know?
I'm sorry again.
I actually, God, if we go back to Tarsmore, I had a thing.
Okay.
Athalor leads them back to Tarsmore and takes them both to his room and yanks up the usual boards of here be my shit. Behold my stuff. And takes out the shield of Underwood that was made with the looted gears from Diffraxis on the front, and presents it to Garnet. I got this made. For my mum. And for Underwood, it didn't seem to take them in this case. But I think that you did a better job of shielding Underwood than I did.
I feel like I did the opposite, but I think you should keep the shield.
I gave up unimaginable information to a mirror clone because I was blinded by love. And you had the wits to see what I couldn't, even though it was hard. And you actually protected Underwood rather than protecting me, even though you tried. So, the shield is yours, at least for now.
Take it and then put it up against Mason's chest. Well, you seem like the one who could use the most protection right now.
Is this going to be the protection that I need?
It'll work pretty well.
Thank you.
For good artificers. Mason gains one animated shield called the Shield of Underwood.
Oh yeah, he's inheriting all our fucking. I gave him my cape. You gave him the shield. He's fucking Captain America out here.
So much shit.
Little brother getting all the hand-me-downs.
This was never meant to be used by PCs, but we got it back from my mum because she died.
Yeah. Kind of take it, look at it, study it, kind of like run his fingers over it. Say it's beautiful.
Let's go proactively protect Underwood, yeah?
Let's.
And there's a gem of true seeing back at Brontha that I'm sure we can borrow potentially, since Elle now had the other one. Can do either give it to Underwood or maybe just scout ourselves if you want. I don't know. Maybe if you guys probably even make those yourselves, but yeah.
A good idea. Maybe I should write a letter to my father. See if I can get him to at least think about something other than destroying the mortal world again. You know, break up a train of thought.
Yeah.
Thanks. This was good.
Do our heroes have anything else to say or do in this scene?
I thought it was good.
Okay. I have two things prepared. One of which could take up the rest of the night. The other of which almost certainly will not. Those things are the rest of the War Council that Jamal had called, that I skipped straight through to the part that I remembered and forgot everything else about. So it's an additional War Council to talk about some of the other plot lines going on and give you some updates. And then we have the Ritual of the North Wind. The actual process of that's imminent. We have 40 minutes. Are there any other scenes you want to invoke? Or do you want to go to one of those two?
So is it the ritual that's going to take the rest of the session, or the
Yes. The ritual will take probably the rest of the session. The other one will not. We can do the other one and then move on to other scenes that you have in mind, and we can end as you go to the ritual, or we can end on another scene that you have. Do you want to do that one first then?
Cool. Yeah, let's get the updates from around the campaign map.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are actually precious few War of the Sun updates since we've been in a time freeze for a few weeks. Because I couldn't take us past the Day of the Four Winds until we got this done with. So that'll be next time. That being said, the artificers have reviewed Doakai's rune. And it is highly efficacious. When placed on a mirror, that mirror cannot access the mirror realm. When placed on a person, that person cannot enter the mirror realm. Meaning, we now have countermeasures. An actual means of protecting. One, you can put mirrors back in your room and like check how you're dressed without worrying about being abducted or spied on. And two, they can create amulets with this symbol on it, rings, or tattoos in order to protect people from this happening.
So you can like wear a thing that has it as well. You don't need to like. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to be attuned to it?
Nope.
Okay.
Now, if you're wearing a thing around your neck, it can be cut off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it has no magical like it's inherently magical, but it's not a magical item. It's just that symbol is a counter symbol to the mirror realm.
So you're saying
Knowing
we can't
this-
be skinned, so we should get tattoos.
You can be skinned,
Can't be
but it's
skinned.
harder.
Oozle has entered the chat.
Yeah. Pillaback would
Easily,
like to
at
talk. So they're planning on rolling this out immediately, starting by making amulets readily available and by offering free tattoos to people, to the whole student body. 10 years old in your first year, congratulations, you're getting inked.
Love it.
So they're going to start rolling that out immediately, and they are disseminating this to all of their allies. Brontha, Onderud, Bothotlo, the Dune Riders. It's out there. They're going to start circulating this as widely as possible. If Onderud was infiltrated, not all realms have been practicing as hardcore security measures as Ioth Academy and Brontha. This is going to bring those other realms up to speed, but they could also already be infiltrated. Onderud is conducting an internal investigation using divination magic and gems of true seeing. They're doing like they're checking all their officials, all their guards, like they're doing a thorough review of that.
Doing a sweep.
They're doing a sweep. Onderud has also discovered something going through your mother's workshop at the lore. I don't remember if you had already learned this or if I had dropped this. She was researching Daantoir, the third of Ioth, the last of the three companions. Ioth, Doakai, Daantoir. His name is the one that you found in association with Ioth's mirror research, including the mirror that trapped Naomi. It wasn't originally supposed to do that. It was supposed to trap Daantoir. She was researching him. Untermaller's primary concerns right now, aside from the ritual of the North Wind and the secret project he talked with you about, is the internal security of the school and the threat posed by Lamriel and Hatterai's project. There are still military concerns, and he will deal with those, but he believes right now that the biggest threat, directly addressable threat, is the fact that your uncle has been abducting people and siphoning their psychic energy. If they don't have Doakai anymore, do they still have that reserve of energy? Or have they been able to rebuild it? And if so, what are they going to do with it?
You rescued all those hill folk who were trapped, right?
You woke them up. But you were in dream. You were not physically present.
Gotcha. So maybe temporarily freed them.
Mm-hmm. You disrupted the operation, but you did not shut it down.
I have several thoughts of what could be done with this power. But outside of those, there are many other possible uses. Magic on a scale that could sway the minds of entire nations. However, it is a delicate situation. I am loath to simply declare war on Nenri. King Estelar is an enchanter of no small skill, and of all the realms on this continent, Nenri is one of the few that could challenge us in matters arcane. I firmly believe we have the upper hand, but it would be no simple matter. And I would not ask your kin, Athalor, to engage in a kinslaying on our behalf. I am open to suggestions on solutions.
Garnet has thought of something but does not express it, but she's probably done that in a lot of these meetings, so it wouldn't be new to Jamal.
You can have your own meeting afterwards.
Flaw has also thought of heinous things that he pushes out of his head. He still thinks he's better than that.
Consider it, and if you have anything, let me know. I am tracking all of the threats to this school and all of our enemies in the field. But you have been at the forefront of several of these important conflicts. Which threats weigh most heavily and deserve the most of our attention in your minds?
Well, the Mirror Keeper.
That is a nigh permanent threat.
Being sure that there's no clones anywhere before we execute any kind of plan.
Our top priority, even as we speak. Before we move on to Nenri, we are dealing with this security risk.
How do the lands of Ioth fare against the naval invasion?
They are at a standstill. They have yet to retake the city of Refikorak, and they have yet to make any additional advances into Onderud or their other neighbors. I suspect they are accumulating and regathering their forces for a decisive push, in which case Menegistu is prepared to withdraw. They are not there to conquer Ithgos, they are there to distract and cause problems. If they are confronted, they will withdraw immediately to conserve their strength.
I also hold concern about their path of the horde that we sent to the Shadow Plane. Although
yes.
Intelligence gathering regarding that is a little bit strenuous.
Yes. Garnet, I believe you have the most relevant connections with regards to matters of shadow. I would ask for Athalor's home's sake that you employ them.
Not really much we can do until they find a way to cross here. When or if they do, we can maybe just use the mirror rune and see if we can inspire ourselves a way to block the plane of shadow, or I don't know. But that seems to be a bridge we'll cross when we get there.
Are there any other threats you feel are inadequately answered or considered?
What are we doing about the title of Archmage? Are you just gonna be the Archmage now?
My hope is that that will not be necessary.
Does he mean that? Can I insight check for sincerity? Oh shit.
Do you
Downloaded.
do you want to take disadvantage for bias here, or are you pretty clear-minded about this?
What do you mean bias?
Well, Untermaler bias. Garnet does not like or trust him.
Yeah, I don't fucking like him. So I get disadvantage on that.
Well, no, that's your choice. It depends on how much you think Garnet distrusts him or dislikes him. Is it enough that she would be hard biased, which would interfere with her judgment, or is she thinking clearly right now?
She's genuinely taking this moment to see if he cares about this plan, about resurrecting her, or how much he seems devoted to this plan, or even just the sign of how hopeful he is that this is going to work, or just vibes overall.
Untermaler is giving off determination above and beyond all else. Absolute determination. Right now, he's in charge of the academy, and it is his responsibility. And that is all he cares about. But he is very serious when he says he hopes that it will not be necessary for him to become Archmage. He meant that.
Okay.
You get the impression that if it is necessary, he will absolutely do it. Because he will do whatever it takes to protect this school. He is grieving Elle now, but not a lot, because he is focused on the task at hand. Like, that is overwhelmingly what is in his head.
Okay, that's all. I think Brontha are handling themselves right now. They got help with the Phoenix, so I think we need to just secure ourselves and take it one step at a time.
Matters military, I will handle. Matters arcane, I trust you will inform me of any additional threats or opportunities. And your presence will be required for the Rite of the North Wind. So.
When is that? Tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Will I be able to bring Kotka once more, a representative from Irilak?
We have already requested his presence.
Good. I take it Safaziku's priestess is going to be joining us as well.
Yes. We require her intervention in the ceremonial and spiritual aspect.
Oh, good. So we don't have to pray to the Sovereign of the Skies, because I feel like he wouldn't jive with it.
Correct. We will not be relying on his power. That would be unwise. Do you have any further concerns, students?
I'm good. Get the books again.
By tomorrow, everything will be set. I will speak to you again then.
And you have been dismissed.
Okay. Pouring that for Athelor. More reading.
Mm-hmm.
Working on this reconstitution problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think mantra will help Athelor, reading, research, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do an Arcana check for me, both of you.
21.
Damn.
14.
Chat has
I
also
guess
granted
I'll
you
circle for both of us, actually, if we're doing research.
Wow.
+5 for both.
26 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Mantra can have a guidance to see if we can get a 2 over 20.
20.
2 at 20, at least. So there are a couple different theories about this. It is known that the process of unraveling is not, in most cases, is not instantaneous. This is why Revivify works. If they've only been dead for a minute, you can just pull them right back. And forms of magic that rely on the corpse, on still having the body. First off, that's divine magic only. And second, it has a ticking clock, because the longer it's been since they died, the more they've already begun to be recycled into the universe. So in order to do a reconstitution, you need to have an excellent understanding of that person. First off, that really, really helps. If the person using the spell is intimately familiar with the subject's mind, and therefore able to sort of grab those aspects of it. It is also usually helped by having items that have a sympathetic connection to that person. This is difficult because a lot of her stuff no longer exists. But items of personal value are very, very important for this. True names. True names also come into this. If you can invoke their true name, then that helps a lot. And there's more that you're going to find along the way. But in this regard, because you're just getting the spirit, this is largely psychic magic. With necromantic insofar as it is accessing the underworld, but it doesn't directly involve channeling vital energy. Like I said, this is just getting the spirit back. It's not recreating a soul or giving them a body. And so what you do with the spirit, there's a variety of different things. You had that soul cage spell when you stole Tarsilmore's soul, right?
Yeah, I think I found a soul cage somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, that's one option.
Oh, I think I actually found it in Tarsilmore's stuff.
Yeah, you use his stuff against him. You use his own tricks in order to shut down the lich that I put against a bunch of children because of fair imbalance. So that's where a lot of this is going. It does require a lot of energy, but this isn't like when you're blowing up an army when you need just an absolute tremendous reserve of power. This is much more about the complexity. You need enough power to open a conduit to the underworld and to pull those strands back, but it really is just an absolutely complex and unique spell matrix that has to be created for this. So getting that part right down to the finest detail, not screwing that up both physically and in your own head, is what makes this so hard.
Hasn't Demola moved into the headmaster's office yet? Or is he still mostly using
No.
the Tower of War and the War Room?
He's still using his office.
I would pass a note to Antamola at some point saying not to move around any of the stuff in the headmaster's office in case there are certain patterns of Elnar behavior we need to identify.
Okay. All right. He'll do that, aside from all the stuff you've already moved around and stolen. But he doesn't say that.
He wasn't a reader.
Yeah, I think that's about it for the time being. It's going to take more than a couple of days to read up on this, so I'm just giving you the cliff notes. Anything else, Athelor and Mason?
Good.
Nope.
Okay. Garnet, what do you want to do?
Can't have noticed you missed our study sesh, bestie.
Yeah. I mean, if there's nothing else going on during the day, I wanted to meet up with Lurkale for this sesh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you will. Oh, is that a scene or is that just something you're doing?
Yeah, scene.
Okay. Well, she's clearly concerned about you, love.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for the ritual. If you're free tonight.
Oh. The one with the sphere.
Yeah.
I've scarcely begun to work on that, but if you think you're ready, what exactly will this entail? What do you need to do?
Well, and maybe she'll go over some of her notes, because that was something that she was like passively researching when Tamaler told her to. So beyond the yapathon about the Arcana stuff, we'll break down how the magic induction circle works, how she wants to build the sphere without being too long and complicated about it, and how just with us two alone, it would minimize, the risk since we know what we're doing. And, if something goes wrong, it's just her and I and not like a bunch of innocent students who would probably mess it up anyway. Like she would be able to help control the field with me well, and not really control the field. I'm kind of more just asking her to contribute to it. So kind of just reassuring her that it's just her needing to help supplement the power to it, or letting me more draw from her power.
And where do you intend to do this? Because she's normally still bound to this one chamber.
I guess we could do it from here.
And refresh me, the dungeon master, when you're describing this to Lurkale, walk me through the bait. You don't have to do all the arcana yapping, but for me and for chat, refresh me on what you're telling her you're planning to do.
So that we're doing the high magic induction field, and I'm using the Book of Sage to do the ritual to kind of just have
the ritual.
Oh yeah, to kind of use some high level void magic to essentially create a protective sphere on the outside of our Dawn sphere as like a second layer.
Double bagging.
Without touching it. It would, yeah.
Okay. That one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a room that is well suited for this sort of thing. So she'll go ahead and clear off the floor and make sure that there's no lingering energy in this area. And let me go ahead and take us to that room real quick. Just so I have easy access to everything that I need. Let's see, delete. Bring in Garnet. Bring in Lurkale. I do not know what Lemon is planning to do. But I do know that chat just played The Mask, which is a high-level void card.
Wait, I don't even know what that does.
Oh boy.
The Mask. One of its effects is discover a new void magic spell.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be perfect, actually.
Create a new void magic spell.
All right. Let me just go ahead and jump us over. And we will walk through this nice and easy. So, what level of high magic? You're going to start with an induction field. What level are you going to cast it at? Or do you want her to cast the field?
I don't. So yeah. So I can be. Oh shit! I did ask you that. So I could be the source of the spell, like, because I want to be the one who casts the ritual and is like taking in the power or whatever.
So the way that it works is when the circle's active, if one person casts a spell inside the circle, everyone who's connected to the circle can mess with it. So if you cast a spell, she can contribute power to the spell.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. And this
So
is
she's like setting, and I don't know the level because it is the ritual of the book. So
Mhm.
hard to say what level that is.
well, she'll just go ahead and do level 6.
Okay.
So she'll go ahead and start, and it takes her like 6 rounds as she holds one of these books open and reads aloud from it, and you can feel the arcane energies in the room starting to swell and flow back and forth until at last it surrounds you. And she is in tune with all of the spell matrices, all the flow of energy inside this small chamber. You don't have to join the circle for her to contribute energy to it, but if you want to manipulate the field, aside from just casting your spell, you will need to join the circle.
Okay, so I can join the circle and cast the ritual?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And I guess like before she starts, I would like sort of explain, okay, like thank you so much for your help. Like kind of telling her where to stand and like how the whole induction is, how she can contribute and how she can draw on her power. And also I need you. This is weird to contribute. It's not just magic, it's energy. And I don't know how much I need. I just need you to not only be open to shadow, but to the void. We need to be connected. Like this is really powerful magic.
Garnet, do you need to roll a deception check?
Depends what you define. I mean, I do need to be connected to her. And I do need her to be open to this.
Okay, I get
the DM is so sus.
the distinct feeling. I just have this feeling about this situation that you might need to roll a deception check. Do you? It's your choice. Be honest about whether or not you're being honest.
Well, we put you in
the
our
part. We're
Scientology
being-
happiness center.
We're being honest about the
You're being literally true.
truthful.
You're being literally
she
true.
has to be open to the void and the shadow, and we need us to connect for this spell. There is no
Is
lie
Garnet
detected here.
keeping something? Is Garnet hiding something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you
Go
want
ahead and roll a deception check.
I'll just lucky die that just in case. Okay, we'll
We got
just
lucky
go
die.
with the 13.
Oh boy.
Woo! Of course, my jewel.
Okay. You ready? So Garnet takes a breath and a few more with her eyes closed and tries to slow her heart down to calm down because this is a very stressful situation. And she flips open the book of Seosh, forces open that forbidden page, and there's echoes of alone that are only heard by Garnet. And she looks down at the book and remembers how much the book took from her, but also how much it gave. And after L now, it sucks to even use the book, and there's so many mixed feelings, but the music up there.
Just this.
So what she was told was impossible was made possible because of this book. So she's going to great lengths. So she begins to read the void scripture of this ritual, blood falling from her nose as the next minute goes by. And when she's finished, or at least at the last section, she gestures for Lurkley to take her hand.
Lurkley takes your hand, looking at you with some concern with the blood streaming down your face.
You good?
You good, yeah. So yeah, Lurkley was constituted in this world because of a Voidborn. So blood that Garnet created using Void. And that very blood is in her veins now. And she needs that back. She needs her power more than ever. Because in the end, she will be alone, and in the end, she will never replace El now. And she's not using the ritual to make a sphere. She's gonna absorb Lurkley. Or attempt to.
I'm gonna need that back, and by that I mean your blood.
Okay. Roll 5d10.
Oh shit. Where's my thing?
As the words emerging from your mouth rend microfractures in existence, erasing and deleting small tidbits of reality, you take 25 points of necrotic damage. As you speak these words in void speech, rearranging reality, editing through deletion, the nature of an Akra, you immediately take 3 points of void corruption.
Oh shit.
As you feel strength pouring in the form of shadow magic from your tutor, your child, if you think about it, that strength falls into you, not flowing or lighting like a fire that spreads or a light that warms, but like a rope tied to an anchor and cast into a very deep, bottomless hole that just pulls and pulls and pulls as one by one, each of the spell slots that she had to offer you is pulled out of her. For a brief moment, she's confused. Then, concerned. Then scared. Her alabaster skin starts to crumble inwards. Her elaborate, flamboyant garb crumbles and decays. She looks directly at you with horror and fear in her eyes. Garnet, I don't want to go. I don't. And she's gone. And the shadow that you cast on the floor is so much longer. And this has been episode 154 of Book of Dawn, Ioth Academy. Thank you everyone for joining us, and have a good night.